Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 6 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
It's good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward. Well, an Idaho family is demanding answers tonight after Clearwater County deputies shot and killed their son. 48-year-old Michael Trappett was in crisis, holding a knife and threatening to harm himself. Deputies shot him 15 times.
Today, the family held a press conference with their attorneys. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is looking into the case and what they are demanding. Kyle?
Well, this shooting happened less than 3 weeks ago in Orofino, Idaho. Trappett's mom called 911 around 2 in the morning saying her son had a knife and was threatening to harm himself. The Clearwater County Sheriff's Office claims Trappett was drunk, aggressive, and refused to drop the knife. His family says deputies asked him to walk toward them and that he was not threatening anyone, only himself. Their attorneys claim deputies altered the shooting scene by moving patrol cars before investigators arrived. Mike's mother, Jackie, says her son was her primary caregiver.
Michael is already missed. He left a huge void in our lives, and he didn't deserve to lose his life this way.
Mike's mother called because Mike was in crisis and he needed help. The police knew Mike. They have had encounters with Mike before. And the police knew of his mental illnesses, and still they unnecessarily shot and killed him 15 shots.
We reached out to the Clearwater County Sheriff's Office for a comment and have not heard back. The Lewiston Police Department is investigating the shooting and told us they're not able to comment. Now, Trappett's family wants the two deputies to be charged. His parents witnessed the shooting and say they have still not been interviewed by investigators. It's a story we're following tonight on KREM 2 News at 10 and 11.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. And an update now to our exclusive KREM 2 investigation into the Spokane Shock. We've confirmed a default letter has been issued to team owner Sam Adams. He had until 5 p.m. yesterday to sign his contract to play at the arena and submit a $128,000 security bond to the Public Facilities District. Shortly after that deadline passed yesterday, we're told Adams did sign the contract but still has not provided the security bond. Now that he is technically in default, it means Adams has 5 business days, which is until next Wednesday, the 23rd, to comply, or his contract at the arena will be terminated. Now, KREM 2 has obtained a copy of that contract. New this year is a special clause to protect vendors who would work with organizations like the Shock or others. That we're talking about things like printers for programs or DJs or charter bus transportation. And the PFD says it is now adding that extra requirement in all of its future contracts with all organizations to ensure that vendors are protected.
We expect that if you're renting space in our facilities, that you are in good standing with any other vendor that would use our facility.
Do you feel a sense of responsibility to make sure that the organizations that are part of the arena here are actually in good standing, not just with the vendors that are in this building, but everyone else involved with the Shock organization?
Yes, definitely. I mean, in part for the community, right? If there's businesses in the community that have done business with the Shock because they expected that it would be on the up and up, you know, we've never had to say, we expect you to pay your people. We've never ever had to do that before, but obviously now, I think where we sit is, legally I don't have an obligation, but as a member of the community and as a leader in the community, and the PFD is a leader in the community, we definitely want to be doing right by the community.
So if you would like to read more about our ongoing Shock investigation, including past season ticket holders who say the Shock still owes them thousands, just go to krem.com, or you can text us the word Shock, send it to 509-448-2000, and we'll send that link right to your phone. All right, let's switch gears from the headlines. It certainly has been starting to feel a lot like spring here over the last, week or so. We've been pretty lucky. Has not felt like February.
Yeah, no complaints from me right here. Hopefully you got outside today because that weather is expected to shift a bit, at least. Meteorologist Tom Sherry joining us now. Tom, it sounds like the clouds are expected to roll in, right?
Yeah, we're looking for changes on our weather. We're going to get wet weather starting on Saturday night, and then it's going to get cold next week. And because of the clear skies right now, we've already cooled down to 37 degrees. We'll look for an overnight low of 28 with a daytime high tomorrow of 45. And so not as much sunshine on your Thursday. For the weekend, rain and snow develop Saturday night into Sunday. I'll talk about much colder weather next week. Your 10-day forecast coming right up.
Washington is among 4 other states that still have an indoor mask mandate, and Washington is also the only state with an outdoor mask mandate, which does expire on Friday. And tomorrow, Governor Jay Inslee is having a press conference discussing the state's COVID-19 trends. He is also expected to speak about the transition to the, quote, next phase of Washington state's COVID-19 response. We will be monitoring his 2 p.m. press conference, and we'll bring you the very latest starting on KREM 2 News at 4 o'clock.
Some school districts, though, are jumping the gun a bit as they get rid of indoor mask mandates. Both Richland and the Kettle Falls school boards voted to make masks optional in their schools. The Washington State Superintendent, Chris Rakedahl, has warned those schools that they could lose state funding if they do not follow the law. That warning comes after Rakedahl did send a letter last week to Governor Inslee asking him to remove the mask mandate in Washington schools.
And now superintendents representing 49 school districts in eastern Washington sent a letter to the state asking the mask mandate for schools to be lifted. Again, the day before Governor Inslee is expected to end the state indoor mask mandate.
Our Ian Smay is joining us now here in the studio this evening to explain why the superintendents actually sent that letter ahead of tomorrow's announcement. Ian?
Yeah, the map behind me shows all of the school districts in Washington, barring a few private school districts that are surrounded by bigger public school districts. The districts highlighted in purple now had its superintendent sign that letter asking for the mask mandate in schools to be lifted. The superintendents say it is to help the social and mental well-being of their students. The Great Northern and Rosalia school districts joined more than 40 other school districts in eastern Washington to call for an end to mask mandates in their schools.
We deem this as a mental health concern and have for quite a while.
The letter is addressed to Governor Jay Inslee, Secretary of Health Dr. Umar Shah, and State Superintendent Chris Rakedahl.
What the letter was doing was asking the governor to please consider that, dropping the mask mandate. We're seeing the numbers of cases going down, and the stress on students is still very high.
The superintendents outlined multiple reasons for dropping the mask mandate. They include a need to, quote, address our students' social and emotional well-being. It also said that district staff is fatigued from implementing the rules and cites access to vaccines as a reason to lift the mandate. The other request made in the letter is for the Department of Health to take over contact tracing from school districts.
Asking that this be released back to the health departments so that we can release some of that strain on the schools and some of our own infrastructure there.
This comes as Spokane Public Health Officer Dr. Francisco Velasquez said Spokane County appears to be at the start of a downward trend in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations. However, he did say children are still being impacted in high numbers.
We still have a number of cases in the hospital. We still have a number of pediatric cases in the hospital, which has been consistent over the last few weeks. So we still have a little bit of work to do.
The Spokane Public Schools District Superintendent did not sign the letter. In a statement to KREM, the district said in part, our ongoing commitment is to continue to follow the guidance provided by public health officials, and we anticipate an update in the near future based on the latest number of cases and current trends. The Central Valley School District also didn't sign the letter, but a district spokesperson said Superintendent Ben Small sent a separate letter to the state asking to lift the mask mandate. Superintendents of other schools in Spokane, including Gonzaga Prep, Pride Schools, and Spokane International Academy, did sign the letter. Last week, State Superintendent Chris Rakedahl sent Inslee a letter asking him to lift the mask mandate for schools. In the studio, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
Ian, thank you very much. So what are the most current coronavirus numbers in Spokane County and North Idaho? Well, according to the Spokane Regional Health District, 401 new cases were reported today, and currently 178 people are hospitalized. That is 3 fewer than were hospitalized yesterday. Meantime, in North Idaho, 199 new cases reported today. That's according to the Panhandle Health District, and currently 79 people are hospitalized there. That's a difference of 5 fewer people from yesterday.
Well, if you would like the very latest on coronavirus here in our region or those mask mandates, just text the word COVID to 509-448-2000 and we'll send those stories to your phone.
If we just listen to them and what are their stories, I mean, we'll just be better as a people.
Local high school students are sharing their artistic perspectives on the Black experience in Spokane.
Also coming up tonight, after a 7-game Apple Cup drought, WSU football walked away from the season as the Apple Cup champs. Well, we're now sitting down one-on-one with the coach that helped the team get there.